cold December evening in 1777, the deep blue curtain of night had begun to drop over the snow-covered hills and fields of Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. As always at this time, Sarah Bach lit a lantern and walked to the barn to check on the animals. Though she had only just turned 12, she shouldered many responsibilities on her family's farm. As she crossed the yard, Sarah could see smoke rising above the encampment barely a mile away. She had often wondered about General George Washington and his Continental Army wintering there. The soldiers faced great adversity during this bitterly cold winter. They were poorly clothed and many were hungry or ill. Sarah hurried toward the barn to seek refuge from the wind that bit at her cheeks. She took a shortcut through a stand of spindly trees. Their thin branches could barely support the weight of the snow. Suddenly, she saw something that made her heart leap to her throat. A trail of footprints led from the trees to the barn. Some were smudged with blood. When Sarah reached the barn, she took a few wary steps inside. All at once, the lantern's glow caught a shadowy figure huddled in the corner. Sarah held her breath and slowly stepped backward, her heart pounding. Just as she made it back to the barn door, she heard a young man's voice. "Don't be afraid," the man said, limping barefoot out of the shadows. "I will do you no harm." "Who are you?" Sarah asked. There was fear in her voice, but the sight of this poor soldier, half-starved and hurt, had already lessened her alarm. "My name is Charles Kent," he said. "I'm stationed with General Washington. The men are starving. Might you spare a little food?" In recent weeks, word had spread that some of the soldiers had taken to begging. Not all of the farm families were sympathetic to their cause, however. Sarah's own father had told her he wasn't sure the soldiers could succeed in this conflict with the British. He didn't want anyone in his family to become involved in the war.